Hello children, how are you today? I hope you are all safe and sound at home. Today we are going to talk about things, lots of things.
Lots of things.
Lots of things. And first of all, I want you to welcome back to our English class. I'm Gabriela Tsilakidis.
And I'm Akshay Singh. Good to have you with us. So should we start, Gabriela?
Of course. So what are we going to do today? We are going to talk about expressing necessity, obligation and prohibition. So we are going to talk a little bit about modal verbs. Vom vorbi despre cum putem exprima necesitatea, obligația, lipsa de necesitate sau interdicția. So our learning objectives, teacher Akshay, are...
Today this will be our learning objectives. We should try to introducing the idea of necessity, obligation and prohibition. What I mean, we should be able to identify the uses of modal verbs in different real life situations, and to extract means to take out, to extract information from a clearly structured text.
Deci ce vom face astăzi? Ce avem în vedere? Să vă aducem la cunoștință cum se poate exprima necesitatea, obligația sau interdicția în limba engleză, să identificăm modul în care verbele, modale sunt folosite în situații diferite din viața reală, pentru că asta ne interesează, să puteți folosi limba engleză, în situații reale de viață și, nu în ultimul caz, vom extrage informații dintr-un text adaptat, structurat pentru nivelul vostru. So, we've got a picture with some children and we are asking ourselves, what are the children doing there? Okay? So, let's see. Let's choose the question that best fits the picture. So, they are playing, they are having a great time, and at some point...
They don't want to go.
They don't want to go. Her mother is shouting at them. Come on, children, let's go. Which one from these three questions can we choose for this? Can we choose?
Gabriela, I don't think this girl in the park will be saying, do I have to come? I want to stay at home. It can't be. What about C? Do we have to finish his homework? No. They are playing. I think, Gabriela, it will be B. Do we have to leave now?
Very good. So, do we have to leave now? Spun copiii, trebuie, este necesar să plecăm acum. Do we have to? You can see the construction, okay? So, do we have to leave now means, is it necessary for us to leave now? Is it necessary? Do we have to, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
So we use have to for something that is necessary to do or that we are obliged to do. So the children are obliged to follow their mother. Ei sunt obligați să o urmeze pe mama lor și astfel că they have to go home. Trebuie să meargă acasă. We can also use need to or have got to, which is in American English, have got to.
Like I can say, Gabriela, I have to do my homework or I need to do my homework. You can also say I've got to do my homework.
Now, let's express necessity, obligation or lack of necessity using have to, don't have to or need to. And we've got the present forms for have to and the past forms. Avem formele de prezent pentru verbul have to și forma de trecut tot pentru have to. Teacher Akshay?
In the present forms, we have the subject plus have or has to plus the verb. She has to go to school. Negative will be the subject plus don't or doesn't have to and the verb. Sentence, she doesn't have to complete her work today. They don't have to do their homework. Interrogative will be does or do plus the subject plus have plus the verb, the base form. Do I have to do my homework today? Does she have to go today?
When we talk about past forms, we have to know that this verb have, the past form had to, da? Deci have, care îl aveți în lista de verbe neregulate, have, had, da? A doua formă este had. But it has this particle, da? Are această particulă pe care trebuie să o adăugăm. Și vom spune, in the affirmative form, we've got subject plus had to plus verb in the base form. I had to leave for home, da? Trebuia să mă duc acasă, trebuia să plec acasă. In the negative, subject plus didn't have to plus verb, the base form. She didn't have to go to school because it was Sunday. N-a trebuit să se ducă, nu trebuia să se ducă la școală pentru că era duminică, nu era obligată. Interrogative, did plus subject plus have to plus verb in the base form. Did she have to call me? Trebuie ea să mă sune, este obligată să mă sune, este necesar să mă sune. And these are the past forms of the verb have to. We can also use need to, and we'll see in the next slides. Okay, forms of need to, we've got the present forms and the past forms.
So let's have a look at the present form, students. In the present, for need to, subject plus need or needs to plus the verb. I need to do my homework as quickly as possible, or she needs to do the cooking. Negative will become subject plus don't or doesn't need to plus the verb. She doesn't need to do all the work by herself. And interrogative, did plus subject plus need to plus the verb and a sentence. Did Gabriela need to make the presentation that day?
Yes.
You had to.
I had to. And for the past forms, we've got affirmative, subject plus needed to plus verb in the base form. I needed to go to the studio, okay, to film, to present my lesson. Negative, in the negative form, she didn't need to go to school because it was Sunday. Nu a fost necesar, nu a trebuit să meargă la școală pentru că era duminică. And interrogative, did she need to go to school? No, she didn't. I think I made a mistake because I want to clarify here. I think here we
that's the past tense.
Yes, I had to write do. Okay? And
Good thing you pointed that out, Gabriela.
Do
plus
do you
subject.
need to? Okay? So that's a mistake. My mistake. Okay? You have to use do here. Okay, children?
Great, Gabriela.
Let's move on. I don't have to. Let's have some examples. I have a look
Okay.
at some examples.
Here are some examples. Don't have to, or need to. And I don't have to do my work. I don't have to prepare dinner. Why don't you all only think about the things that you have to do during the week? Like maybe I say, I have to go to work during the week, or I have to finish my homework during the week. Anything else that you would like to do, you have to do this week? I have to go exercising this week. And if today is a holiday, I don't have to talk to your teacher, tell her today is a holiday. I don't have to prepare dinner today. I don't have to send any emails. I don't have to attend a meeting today. I don't have a piano lesson. I don't have to make the bed. Lucky person. I don't have to get up early also. I think that is even luckier. And I don't have to clean the house today.
Well done. Let's move on. Okay, let's see. This is Paul's house, or some pictures from his house. And let's see what does he need to do. So we can see lots of dishes here, okay? The grass is too tall, okay? He needs to
He
cut
needs
it.
to do something
Yes,
to
do
cut
something, to cut it. Here, his desk is
it. A mess.
overloaded. Yes, it's a mess. Let's look at his fridge. Does he have any food in the fridge?
So what does he have to do for that?
Okay, and the last one, this is a locker, I think. And there are lots of files in there.
Lots of papers,
Lots
lots
of papers,
files.
and he has to
Do something.
do something. Let's see what he needs to do.
He has to do the dishes, I think, or he can wash the dishes. What else does Paul need to do? He needs to cut the grass. Also, he needs to tidy his desk. The fridge is empty, there's no food in the house, so Paul needs to do the shopping and he also needs to tidy his locker.
Ok, copii, deci ce este necesar pentru Paul să facă la el acasă? Trebuie să își spele vasele, să taie iarba, da? Să își ordoneze biroul, să facă cumpărături, că altfel nu va avea ce mânca, și să-și facă ordine în dulăpiorul lui cu lucru. După cum știți, lockers nu sunt în România, de obicei vedem în filmele americane, da, în filmele englezești, americanii au pe holuri lockers, da, unde își pun manualele, cărțile și haine câteodată, da, ca să nu le ia acasă cu ei. Okay, that's a boy here, and you're going to look at a text about this boy. Let's see. And we are going to extract information from this text. His name is Simon. Let's see.
And last year, Simon needed some extra money for his school trip to Spain, so he got a job during the school term. I had to get up very early, he says. There was a lot to do before I went to school. He had to eat his breakfast quickly. Then he
had to take the dog for a walk. After that, he had to load the dishwasher and then did his paper round. You'll see this phrase, to do. Once paper round means to deliver newspapers.
To deliver newspapers.
Okay, children in, I don't know, in the UK or in the United States usually do this job for some money for their, okay, summer holiday, okay? After his paper round, he had to take the bus to school. I had to be at school by 9 o'clock and sometimes I was a bit late, he says. So, in this text is about Simon and it's about what he had to do because he wanted this job.
Because he wanted this job.
Deci folosim had, pentru că vorbim de trecut, avem la început last year, da? Va trebui să folosim timpul trecut pentru have to. And more practice.
More practice always.
Now,
let's choose the correct answer. You has to or have to take off your shoes. I think, Gabriela, this one will be you have to take off your shoes. The children have or has to go to bed at 9 o'clock. Children is plural, so I think I will use the children have to go to bed at 9 o'clock on a school night. I live near the school, so I doesn't have to or don't have to take the bus because it is I, present tense. I live near the school, so I don't have to take the bus.
Very well, Akshay. Let's move on. Sally have to or has to do the cooking in her house on Saturdays. We said in the previous slides that has to goes with the third person singular. La persoana a treia singular folosim subiect plus has to. So, Sally has to do the cooking in her house on Saturdays. The next one. Hooray, it's Sunday today. I don't have to or I doesn't have to get up early for school. I think we should choose I don't have to because it isn't the third person singular, nu este persoana a treia singular. And the last one, students in British schools doesn't have to or don't have to buy their textbooks.
Students, so I think it should be, don't have to buy their textbooks.
Very
Great.
well, Akshay. Well done. Now, it's time for obligation and prohibition because so far we've been talking about
Necessity.
necessity and lack of necessity. So we express obligation and prohibition using must for obligation and mustn't for prohibition. So when you are in class at school, you definitely must obey these rules. And the rules are:
You must always do your best. You must share with others. You must use kind words. In school, you must also listen when others talk. You must clean up and help out. You must say please and thank you. You must respect each other. And you must follow directions.
very, very well, Akshay. I think that
Lots
all
of rules.
us, yes, lots of rules, but I think we should stick to these rules. All of us, not
All of
just
us.
children at school, okay?
For everybody.
For everybody. Now, let's see if we got it right. Să vedem dacă am înțeles. For must, for this verb that expresses obligation, we use must and base form of the verb to talk about obligations or strong advice. For example, you must see a doctor.
You must see a doctor, correct?
Akshay, I think that's my advice, and we can also use should. You should go and see a doctor. Ar trebui, da, să te vadă un doctor. We use mustn't, and we've got these pictures here. We use mustn't plus base form of the verb to show that something is prohibited or not allowed. Folosim mustn't, adică must plus not plus forma verbului, da? Pentru a arăta că ceva este interzis sau nu este acceptat, da? Nu este permis. And I think you have already seen these labels everywhere.
I'm sure,
okay?
yeah.
And I think that you have already seen not drinking water, so you mustn't drink this water, or no smoking, which is
Fairly common. You mustn't
yes,
smoke.
very. You mustn't smoke, so you are not allowed to smoke in here. You mustn't take pictures. You can find this kind of
Maybe in a museum.
yes, in a museum. Yes, very good. You mustn't walk beyond this point. Deci nu trebuie să treci de un anumit loc, de exemplu, că poate cazi, asta este ideea, nu ai voie. You mustn't use mobile phones. Nu ai voie, nu ți este permis să vorbești la telefon sau să le folosești.
Oh, you are not allowed to use mobile phones.
Yes.
And the last one, you mustn't touch it. You are not allowed to touch it. So we say you mustn't touch it.
Very well. We also use for must because must
the
is
past.
only is only for present and future. We use must in the past by using had to. So you'll see in the next slides. So let's remember.
Let's remember a little bit, students. Must doesn't have an interrogative form. To ask questions about obligations and prohibitions, we use the interrogative form of have to. Do you have to do this? Do we have to hand in our work by Friday? I can't say, must we hand in our work by Friday? Please remember this, students. I can't say, must we hand in our work by Friday?
Very well. Deci folosim pentru forma de interogativ, pentru că must nu are formă de interogativ, folosim have to, da? To ask questions about obligations and prohibitions, când punem întrebări despre obligații sau lucruri interzise, folosim forma de interogativ a lui have to. Cum arată și în exemplul de mai jos. Trebuie, este necesar, suntem obligați să predăm lucrarea până vineri. Nu vom spune niciodată must we hand in our work by Friday. So let's practice now.
The favorite part, let's practice. Write the rules for your school using must or mustn't and the prompts that we have given below. Like one of them is eat in class. So you can say I mustn't eat in class. What about use a mobile phone in class? I mustn't use a mobile phone in class. The third one will obviously be I must listen to the teacher. And the fourth one also, I must arrive on time for the lesson.
Very well. Let's go to the fifth one. How can we tell? Must, I must talk to your friends. You must talk or you mustn't. You mustn't talk to your friends during the lesson. Bring your homework to the next lesson. You must bring or you mustn't bring. Trebuie să aduci. Da? Trebuie neapărat să aduci tema. You must bring your homework to the next lesson. And we've got the sentences here. Okay? Now, we've got two people there fighting for mustn't or don't have to. So, don't have to is used for no obligation, for expressing no obligation, and mustn't for prohibitions. So, mustn't or doesn't or don't have to. Which one is which?
You don't have to buy any milk. There are 4 liters of milk in the fridge. It's not a prohibited thing. You don't have to buy any milk.
Nu este necesar să cumperi lapte. Avem 4 litri de lapte în frigider.
Similarly, you mustn't eat all the muffins. Boys, they are for the party tomorrow. So this is not allowed. It's prohibited. So I am using mustn't. You mustn't eat these muffins, boys. Number 2, we mustn't be late for the history lesson. We have got a test today. So again, prohibited. I can't do it. I have to be on time. So we mustn't be late for the history lessons. And
the third and the fourth one. Ken has got a lot of money. Ken are foarte mulți bani. So he doesn't have to work. Asta nu înseamnă că trebuie să muncească. Nu este necesar. Cu toate că la un moment dat banii se termină. And the last one, you mustn't use your mobile phone in the cinema. Or at the cinema.
Or at the cinema.
Or at the cinema. Nu ai voie, nu ți este permis, you are not allowed to use your mobile phone at the cinema. And now, I think we've
come to the end
come
of it.
to the end of our presentation. These are my acknowledgements, my sites, okay? I took them from the internet, and I also used the course book for the 6th graders. And I think the next lesson will be about revision. So we will be talking about means of transportation and comparative adjectives, and it will be a revision lesson. Okay? Thanks a lot for watching us. I hope you enjoyed our lesson. Till next time, I say goodbye to you.
Thank you, students, for being with us. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. See you the next time. Goodbye.